is going on, fire signs? This is your girl Venus Archangel here with another love reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're unsure of your placements, go ahead and check the description box below. And also, guys, please remember that these readings may not resonate with everybody, and that is totally fine. Alright, y'all, let's get into it. I don't know what's been going on with me, family, because I've been feeling like I've been talking like an Irish person. And I don't know, maybe I'm connecting with some of my Irish blood that I've got, which is very little of it, but I don't know, like I say R, like I don't know why, but I have it with a slight accent. I'm like, why though? I don't know, maybe it's just me being crazy, my Gemini moon. Whoa, what's this, fire signs? What is this? Ooh, okay. Whoa, you're wondering where you take your commitment. Nice, nice. I see that Sagittarius energy. We see you, Saggies, coming out here to say hello. But this is also, you know, Aries, Leo, you know, because y'all can have fun too, of course. Oh, and look at that. We got Aries coming up in this reading as well now. And Leo. See, look, the whole gang is up in here today. Oh my God. Now, the sun technically actually is just the sun. It's not actually Leo, but the sun is the ruler of Leo. So that's why a lot of readers or a lot of people would say that the sun is Leo, but it's technically not. It's just literally the sun. Strength is Leo. But the situation here, right? And there's no wrong way to read the cards, guys, okay? All right? Because I may say these things, right? But that doesn't mean that the person that you watch other than me is incorrect about how they read the cards. Please be understanding of that. And don't go on their channel saying, I said that this is the right way and this is the no, because that's not how we do. People read reversals and I don't. That doesn't mean that I read wrong or they read wrong. It's just a preference. So anyway, after that spiel and all that goodness, okay, let me get a little sip of water. We're gonna get into it. Okay, underlying energy, the Queen of Wands underneath, that's the sun. Yeah, like I said before, we have the whole shebang bang coming up in here. Okay, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, and you know what? There has been some sort of clarity here, some sort of understanding about something, some sort of things coming to light, and it's brought about this confidence in you guys that's nobody's business. Like, I mean, y'all are confident, y'all active, y'all making this situation out to be the best that you can make it, you know what I mean? You're doing your damnedest right now. And the Queen of Wands is something I love to see for y'all, because this is your energy, right? This is your energy, this is where you're at. You feel good about where you are. You are making progress where you are. You are feeling in your energy, and I love it. So this is very confident energy from you guys, and it's amplified with that sun behind you, because you've already taken the path that you knew would get you to where you wanted to be happily. And now it's all about where you want to take this effort and take this you know, not necessarily effort, but value. Now this, since we have you have a king and queen here, right? Please remember, this is, you know, you got, it depends on the fit situation. This is the energies here. We're talking about feminine and masculine energy, but most importantly, these are not gender specific. But the situation here, right? Like, listen to me. Like, listen to this. This could be somebody that is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, right? This is someone that's stable. You know, they're stable, very solid, very really willing to commit. That someone you see as, you know, okay, I'm gonna be crazy for a minute. Baby making potential, family oriented, you know, individual, you know, provider. You know, this is a very stable individual, someone that's very certain of their capabilities of being grounded, and they have a very grounding energy to them. It can honestly make this Queen of Wands, you know, feel like, even though she's, you know, flying in the sky, fiery and all that wonderful, beautiful energy there, but take it and settle it in a way, not in a way to suppress the energy, of course, but to, you know, to kind of give it a bit more of a ground, give it more of something to stand on, rather than just kind of losing that control and kind of like creating a forest fire, if it makes sense. Because the Queen of Wands is capable of making a forest fire, and the King of Pentacles can be like a desert fire, right? It can be desert-y, rather. It can be super dry, but it doesn't mean that these two can't complement each other in some way. Now, typically, element-wise, this probably wouldn't be the best situation, you know, because, you know, what will happen if dirt is put on top of fire, right? Or if fire sits on top of the dirt. Like, it just, That's an interesting combination itself, but they do have qualities about them that can truly help each other. Now, this is a very creative individual, and this person can manifest that creativity into the physical. That is one hell of a beautiful combination. But now, I'm not talking about combinations here. What I am talking about is this is someone that you see as somebody that you're willing to commit to. This is someone that is the ideal, and not necessarily ideal, because the queen, this would be the King of Cups if we were talking about ideal, feeling-wise, emotions, dreams, anything like that. But this is someone that's stable, solid, and real, and you know that they're real. Someone that's physical, and there's a lot of passion towards this individual, because you have the Two of Wands here. You don't necessarily know what to do. I feel like you know that this is someone that you can definitely trust. You can definitely build something, build a future with, but you kind of don't really know how to go about making something with this individual, because obviously moving forward is not an option. You have to make a decision. We got to take a path in which to pursue. And this is not to say, like, you know, this is not to say like there's no good options here. There's always a different avenue that you could take to kind of get where you want to be. But the whole point of it all is that you kind of don't know where to go with it. Like, you have to make a decision about this King of Pentacles, if this is someone that you really want to settle down with. Not necessarily like a Two of Pentacles or Two of Swords conversation, because you know what you want already at this point. It's just about taking the steps in the direction that will best give you the results that you're looking for. Now, in the past, you have the Page of Swords. Somebody's been doing a lot of spying. A lot of spying. A lot of gathering of information. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to mean spying, right? Somebody may not be spying on you. Somebody may be spying on you. That's what I'm trying to say. But somebody also, you know, you guys could be spying on somebody. But then at the same time, it could be neither for both parties. It could be just that you guys are regaining information, trying to get a better consensus or come up with a better conclusion of what you guys believe, or what your truths are, what makes, you know, what's right for you. And it's the blunt truth a lot of the time, right? Because that blunt truth may not be easy a lot of the time, hearing it even for ourselves. But the Page of Swords is like, it is the rawest of the raw. Like, this is the most genuine of the genuine. And I feel like with that Page of Swords in the past, that there was some truth gathering, there was some information, there was some data sorting. And now you have the Knight of Wands, because here I think even maybe some communication here. Somebody may have communicated with you, been absolutely honest and open with you, and now you have the Knight of Wands. You're going with what your heart is. You're going with what you're with how you feel. You're not necessarily focused on the outcome. You're like, okay, well, I said my piece. Or maybe the situation was that it's, I know my truths, and that's good enough for me. So you're just going to go by, you're going on what your heart wants, going on all of these things. You're just kind of being the Knight of Wands, not necessarily in a certain direction, but that's the thing. It's an aim. Like the Two of Wands is an aim for that energy. It's trying to pick the tunnel in which you're going to blow that fire through. Right now, you're just a Knight of Wands right at the moment. Not saying that that's bad or anything, but it kind of feels like you're in a direction and it's not going anywhere. It's like, it's really not producing stable and consistent passion. It's more of like, okay, I'm in it now, but then it dies out, and you kind of have to go search for another opportunity, and that it could be fun, or it could be exciting, or it can just be like, I don't know if I really care. Like, it can, like, the thing with the Knight of Wands is that, yes, he's true to how he feels and all of these things, but the fire will die out if it's not in a directed avenue, if it's not heading into any direction. That's why it can be that he's so inconsistent, because the situations that he gets himself involved in can die out fast. Like, it's a fast energy. Knight of Wands, the Knight is the fastest Knights. Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups, and Knight of Pentacles. Second fastest Knight. So it's kind of understandable, right, that he can easily get bored really fast. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this, I feel like for a lot of you guys, right, you guys want a direction that you can really start to really build on and really feel good about, and get in the direction where it's like, all right, let's actually put something I enjoy into work. I want to do something that I can enjoy that will last me a long time, because this is not going to be lucrative for me for very long. Like, it's great being where I am, you're free, you're confident, you can handle situations, but the situation that how you projecting you're out in the future is the Hangman energy, which is complete stagnancy, and really surrendering to some sort of perspective. And remember, guys, the futures are projections of how of what we see the future to be in our present. So if you're the Knight of Wands here and you see the Hangman energy, to me it's telling me that you kind of don't know where to go, And that kind of puts you in a state of limbo. Nothing happens, nothing moves. And with the Knight of Wands and the Hangman energy, that is like extreme boredom. And it could be like, it could be very hard to surrender to a perspective at that point, right? Because you're just trying to figure out what can you have, what can you do that's enjoyable. So the situation is like finding an avenue and putting it into something that is putting it to work with something that can actually build on something long term. The Ace of Pentacles. That's why this Ace of Pentacles, like, I think that's why the King of Pentacles coming up. I don't know if this is if this is some person that's here to just wanting to, this here just to basically build on more things with regarding career or finances. Could be, right? It doesn't necessarily be a relationship. But right now, it's like finding something that will actually last you a long time rather than kind of fizzle out after a certain amount of weeks, you know, after kind of just being like, okay, I did that. And, you know, because I feel like that's what the thing is with the Knight of Wands. It's like he's like, been there, done that energy. I've done this already. I've done this already. What's the next challenge? What's the next opportunity? The challenge is the King of Pentacles, but that's the thing. You may feel like that whole relationship stuff or being in a relationship is boring, or it's not actually where you want to be. Or for some of you, like, that may be the direction you want to go. You just don't know how to pursue it. And that's the thing. The Knight of Wands, being in the moment, doing all the things is perfect. It's picking an avenue in which you want to, you know, to express that energy. That's where it kind of matters the most. Because how you see the future is very interesting. You know, you go from fiery passion to like, let's get it going. I'm in my energy, to extreme halt, absolute halt. Let's see here. I'm going to pull a card here for the Hangman. Why is the Hangman coming up in the future? Why is the Hangman coming up in the future? Why is the Hangman coming up in the future? The Five of Swords. Oh, why? Why is the Five of Swords coming up? It's doubts right there. Why? The Nine of Wands. So like that's feeling like it's doubts, but more of like trying to it's second guessing oneself in a way. Five of Swords. You always sacrifice something with the Five of Swords. And it feels like with the Nine of Wands coming up there, like there's just this feeling of like, you don't know if this is actually the actual avenue you want to pursue. But you've been through enough to kind of know that this is where you've got, you know, where you've been heading for some time, and you may as well just finish the cycle out. Nine of Wands. Right? This is feeling absolutely exhausted, but also not necessarily ready to give up because you've put so much time and effort into something. Now the Five of Swords is like, it's that, you know, ruthless energy. It can be. It's also possible self-sabotage, and it also it can indicate that there is this feeling of, of doubt, because you do have to sacrifice something, and that's what you may have to change your focus on, or change your this is probably why the Hangman's coming up in your future, because there's some sort of perspective you may have to surrender to, because where you may be headed, or where how you see your future, or why you see your future this way, is because you feel like getting into some sort of situation with another person, pursuing something that's a little bit more long term, will sacrifice perhaps your freedom, because the Hangman is stagnant and stuck in limbo until he gets this perspective, and it's almost entrapping. And it seems like, I mean, I don't know, if I was a Knight of Wands and I saw the Hangman energy, I would feel suffocated. But this is the Nine of Wands. There's something here that's not, you know, it's like, it's a blockage though. The walls are up. Even though in this card it's not looking like the walls are up here, the wands are actually on the ground. She's like, stay away from me, you know. She's kind of like got these wands kind of like in her path, like kind of like drawing a line in a way to keep the distance between whatever it is that she's trying to keep distance from. And that's the sacrifice that this person feels like they have to make, that they know that they eventually have to surrender to. If they want to have something a little bit more stable, more grounding, they may have to sacrifice something. But it may not be as bad as they think it is. It's just like, it's a scary thought, because it may end up stripping them away from something. Or maybe this is something they absolutely wanted, but there's some things that they probably have to see from a different perspective. All in all, right, this whole situation is that the Knight of Wands is going towards the Hangman, but the thing that's keeping the Hangman in the future and not in the now is the Two of Wands, which is this decision that needs to be made about which direction you're going to go. That's not being decided yet. You don't know if you want to pursue a certain path. You don't know if you're ready to pursue a certain avenue. Perhaps because you finally got your spark back. Finally because you feel like you've got some fire in you and you do want to just play around and have fun with it. And you are absolutely allowed to. But the King of Pentacles is talking about where is the lucrative portion of it? Where is the stability portion of it? And I feel like at the same time, yeah, you're confident in yourself, or this is about being confident in yourself to make a decision that may require you to be strong to overcome some sort of perspective that may not be very healthy. But that's not to say that, you know, it's not unhealthy the way you think. I think it's fair enough. But it's pretty much saying that there's some things that can honestly go in a very wonderful direction despite the sacrifice. It may be worth the victory, may be worth the sacrifice. But that's not for me to decide. This is definitely for you guys, right? The Two of Wands. This is your journey, this is your adventure, and I'm going to let you guys decide it. But there is something here that is perhaps either with this individual that wants to start something new, start something stable with you, and you're not sure if you really want to do that, or there's something here regarding someone else, and you have to decide whether you want to pursue them. Because you're feeling stable, you're feeling ready to do it, but at the same time, you're not sure if you're ready to let go of the freedom first. You're not sure if you're ready to let go of being the king, the Knight of Wands, or the person that you are currently in the position. Maybe you're stable, and the person outside of you, right, is the one that's unreliable. You see, and you're not sure if you really want to take that, to go in the direction with someone that you see as unreliable. All in all, the Ace of Pentacles is your crowning energy, which to me says that this is starting something long-term, something solid, something stable. And this person may be that they are very, very stable, very committed. This person is definitely the most honest. They're very see-through. They're not liars. Can you trust this person to follow through? Hey, we'll see. Alright, fire signs, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys very soon. Also, guys, I've got sales going on. One that will last through Saturday, which is that Instantgo sale. So when you see it in the description box, definitely take advantage of that until it expires. All right, y'all. Love you to death. Bye, guys.